Hello everyone. Let us first solve the basic question. What exactly is WorkBuddy? You can think of WorkBuddy as an AI workspace that can actually do work. A normal chatbot mostly answers questions inside a chat box. You ask one thing, it replies with one answer. WorkBuddy is different. It can start from a goal, break the work into steps, read materials, call tools, create files, and deliver usable results. The second panel shows the typical jobs it can handle. Document processing, segment analysis, view creation, programming, automation, connecting external tools, batch processing, organizing materials, and generating reports. In other words, it is not a single-purpose tool. It is an entry point for many office and productivity workflows. The third panel is the key point of this page. ISSTAI, Normal AI Assistant, focuses on answering, while WorkBuddy focuses on planning and execution. If you say, "Help me analyze this month's sales," a normal AI may only explain the analysis method. WorkBuddy is better suited to reading Excel files, merging data, generating charts, writing conclusions, exporting a report, and even turning the process into a reusable template. The fourth panel gives a typical workflow. First, clarify the goal and requirements. Then break down the task and make a plan. Next, collect materials and call tools. Then execute the task and process the data. Finally, generate results, review the work, and propose optimization suggestions. This workflow is important because all later cases can follow the same logic. The fifth panel emphasizes file capability. WorkBuddy can work with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, images, audio, video, compressed files, and other materials. In real work, information is rarely stored neatly in a single table. It is scattered across many formats. WorkBuddy's value is to connect those materials into one workflow. The sixth panel explains who can use it. Teachers, students, operators, new media teams, salespeople, customer service teams, programmers, product managers, cross-border e-commerce teams, and store supervisors. If there is a clear task, materials, and an expected output, WorkBuddy can probably help. The seventh panel connects WorkBuddy with Tencent Cloud. WorkBuddy is the desktop entry and agent orchestrator, while Tencent Cloud provides the capability foundation. For example, COS handles storage, OCR handles recognition, VOD/CSS, and TRTC handle audio and video. ASR handles speech recognition, TMT handles translation, and model or knowledge capabilities can be combined with Token Hub, O1, VectorDB, and Knowledge Engine. The eighth panel is about safety boundaries. Do not let AI finalize contracts, legal opinions, financial conclusions, or medical conclusions without human review. Do not let it batch delete, overwrite, migrate, or rename files without backup. Do not let it directly send high-risk customer messages. Do not bypass platform rules, login permissions, or privacy boundaries. WorkBuddy is powerful, and the more powerful it is, the more clearly we need boundaries. The last panel gives the way to start. Prepare materials, clarify the task, and then execute. The key to real productivity is not saying, "Help me make a report." It is clarifying the goal, providing good materials, and planning the steps properly. Let us continue with the resource map. When people learn a new tool, the biggest problem is often not that they cannot use it, but that they do not know where to find the most authoritative, complete, and up-to-date information. WorkBuddy is the same. Product capabilities, installation methods, permission settings, connectors, automation, MCP, and pricing may all change, so we should not rely only on second-hand tutorials. The second panel divides the resources into two categories. The first category is WorkBuddy official resources. They explain how to install the product, create tasks, manage tasks, view results, configure permissions, and use skills, connectors, automation, and MCP. The second category is Tencent Cloud official resources. They explain cloud products, APIs, integration methods, and enterprise capabilities such as Token Hub, MCP Marketplace, COSVOD, OCR, ASR TMT, Cloudbase, Edge 1, and VectorDB. The third panel suggests collecting several high-frequency entry pages. Overview, Chinese documentation, Quick Start, Windows installation guide, and Mac installation guide. For beginners, the safest path is to read Overview first, run the first task through Quick Start, and then install the client that matches your system. The fourth panel lists core WorkBuddy documentation, creating tasks, task management, results, permission modes, skills market, connectors, automation, and MCP guide. These are not optional reading if you want to use WorkBuddy seriously. Permission modes and automation are especially important because they directly affect data security and risk control. The fifth panel covers enterprise collaboration and integration. WorkBuddy is not limited to local personal use. It can connect team workflows through WeCom, Tencent Docs, APIs, webhooks, connectors, and MCP. In enterprise use, the real value is usually not personal question answering, but letting AI access team materials and business systems in a controlled way. The sixth panel lists Tencent Cloud resource entries. I suggest looking at Token Hub and MCP first because they determine model calls and tool integration. Then check specific products according to the business scenario. COS for file storage, VOD and CSS for video and live streaming, ASR for speech transcription, OCR for image text recognition, TMT for translation, and Cloudbase or Edge 1 for application deployment. The seventh panel groups Tencent Cloud products by scenario: storage and content, audio and video, AI capability, development and deployment, large models and knowledge, and communication. You do not need to learn every cloud product at once. You only need to know where to look when a specific problem appears. The eighth panel gives the method for using official documentation. Clarify the goal first, then find the relevant document, and finally practice. Do not learn documentation for its own sake. Learn with a concrete task. For example, if you want to automatically transcribe a live replay and generate a review report, you will need to check VOD, ASR, COS, WorkBuddy automation, and possibly WeCom notification. The ninth panel is the advice. Bookmark common pages, follow product updates, use search effectively, and join community discussions. Official documentation is the foundation. Community articles can provide cases, but for capability boundaries and dynamic information, always follow official documentation. Now let us talk about the complete path for first-time use of WorkBuddy. The first step is to understand what it can do. WorkBuddy can read files, perform analysis, write copy, generate images, write code, automate office work, and connect to Tencent Cloud services. Beginners should not give it a complex task immediately. Start with a low-risk task to understand the workflow. The second step is getting and downloading the product. The image shows the web version, the Windows client, and the enterprise version. Individual users can first try the web version and install the client after confirming it fits their workflow. Enterprise users who need team permissions, enterprise data, SSO, or WeCom integration should ask administrators to configure and enable the required capabilities. The third step is installing the Windows client. During explanation, remind users to download the installer from the official website whenever possible. Do not install packages from unknown third-party sources. If security software prompts during installation, confirm the source before continuing. The fourth step is login. The image shows QQ, WeChat, WeCom, or SSO login. In enterprise scenarios, the account system is very important because it determines who can access which workspace, which materials can be connected, and which operations can be executed. The fifth step is entering the workspace for the first time. The workspace usually includes conversation, files, knowledge base, automation, application center, and settings. Beginners should first become familiar with the navigation, where to upload files, where to start tasks, and where to view results. The sixth step is uploading the first file. The example includes a product research report, sales data, and a competitor analysis PDF. Pay attention to 2 points when uploading files. First, upload task-related copies whenever possible. Do not authorize the whole desktop or download folder. Second, use clear file names so WorkBuddy can understand the purpose of each material. The 7th step is starting the first task. Do not only say, summarize this. Specify the output format. For example, please summarize the core conclusions of this product research report and present the background Paclio summary and recommendations in a table. The more specific the instruction, the more stable the result. The 8th step is exploring applications and connections. The Application Center can extend more capabilities, such as Tencent Docs, Tencent Costs, OCR, recognition, smart spreadsheets, and data visualization. Connectors are not better simply because there are more of them. Configure only the connections required by the business. The 9th step is building efficient habits. Start from simple tasks, provide clear background and requirements, iterate step by step, use files and templates well, and regularly organize the knowledge base. The goal of getting started is not to complete a huge task immediately, but to build a repeatable way of working. This page is the foundation lesson for using WorkBuddy. Many AI failures are not caused by weak models. They happen because tasks, files, and permissions are not managed well. The first concept is the task. A task is not a casual question. It is a complete goal. For example, organizing contract information, K-marizing 3 Excel files, generating a local tool, or producing a news brief every day at 8:30 are all tasks. A good task should explain 6 things: background, calculation or business rules, constraints, and acceptance criteria. Background explains why we do it. Input explains where materials are. Output explains the expected format. Rules explain how to calculate or judge. Constraints explain what must not be done. Acceptance criteria explain how to know whether the task is correct. The second concept is the workspace. The workspace is the main folder WorkBuddy reads from and writes to for the current task. I suggest creating a separate folder for each task, with input, chopped, and notes folders inside. Put original files in input, backup copies in backup, results in output, and process notes in notes. This keeps boundaries clear and makes rollback easier. The third concept is workspace discipline. Do not authorize the entire desktop, download folder, or shared drive route to AI. For high-risk tasks, use copies only, not the only original files. Batch renaming, format conversion, deletion, overwriting, and migration must be backed up and tested on a small sample first. The fourth concept is permission mode. The default permission mode is recommended for daily use. When sensitive paths, deletion, script commands, or network access are involved, confirmation should happen first. Full access is suitable only when you clearly know which files will be operated on, the files are backed up, the workspace is isolated, the operation is reversible, and the task does not involve privacy, finance, contracts, or production systems. The fifth concept is the results panel. Artifacts usually contain reports, spreadsheets, PowerPoint files, web pages, code, and other deliverables. All files shows workspace files. Changes shows file modifications. Preview is used to preview web pages, applications, or documents. During acceptance, do not only read the AI summary, open the real files and check them. Finally, task status and failure handling. Common statuses include planning, running, waiting for input, completed, failed, and archived. If a task fails, do not rerun it immediately. First, ask WorkBuddy to explain the failure reason. Failed step, files already changed, unfinished items, and a repair plan that does not overwrite existing results. This page is the key to improving the success rate of WorkBuddy. A prompt is not better just because it is longer. It is better when it contains the right information. The first panel reminds us to be clear and not vague. Help me process this file is too broad. AI does not know what to process, what to output, or what standard counts as completion. The more vague the prompt, the easier the result drifts. The second panel gives the most stable 5-part structure: role, background, materials, task, and output. Role defines the perspective, such as you are a sales operations expert with 10 years of experience. Background explains why we do it, such as, I need to prepare a Q2 review for the sales director. Materials explain the data sources, such as Excel files, PDFs, and meeting notes in the workspace. Task explains concrete actions, such as cleaning data, calculating metrics, analyzing exceptions, and generating recommendations. Output explains file type, fields, format, and naming rules. The third panel is role. Defining a professional identity is not decoration. It helps WorkBuddy use standards closer to the business scenario. Finance analysis, education, live streaming, product development, and sales acquisition all focus on different things. The fourth panel is background. Background answers 2 questions. Why are we doing this? And what outcome do we want? For example, I need to process Q2 sales data. The goal is to find growth sources and next quarter actions. Without background, AI may only give a surface summary. The fifth panel is materials. Tell it which files, folders, or links to read. Clear materials reduce missing or wrong reading. In batch tasks, especially specify that WorkBuddy should only read the input folder, save results to output, and not modify originals. The sixth panel is task. Actions should be specific, and clearer steps are better. Do not only say, analyze the data, say standardize date and amount formats, then remove duplicates, then calculate sales by region and product, and finally output anomalies and conclusions. The seventh panel is output. The output format must be clear, such as a Markdown report, Excel table, PowerPoint outline, CSV, Bash Mason, code file, or task list. Also specify fields, naming rules, word count, prohibited actions, and acceptance criteria. The eighth panel covers batch and analysis tasks. Batch file tasks should emphasize read-only input, no modification to originals, 1 log per file, and skipping plus recording unsupported formats. Data analysis tasks should first state the analysis goal, statistical rules, list, and requirements. The ninth panel is plan first and self-check later. For complex tasks, ask WorkBuddy to output the task goal, execution steps, possible risks, and uncertain points first. Start only after human confirmation. After completion, ask it to self-check whether requirements are met, whether numbers have sources, whether it changed files it should not change, and whether outputs can be opened. This page explains how WorkBuddy moves from chatting to doing real work. The key capabilities are skills, connectors, MCP, Adamanch, and remote assistant. Skills can be understood as AI skill packs. They decide which concrete tasks WorkBuddy can perform, such as writing, analysis, table creation, drawing, PowerPoint generation, PDF processing, and programming. The value of skills is to solidify experience, templates, and tools for a task type, so we do not need to describe everything from scratch each time. Connectors are channels to external data. Many business materials are not inside a chat box. They are in cloud drives, documents, calendars, knowledge bases, emails, spreadsheets, and business systems. Connectors read authorized information from those sources, so AI no longer depends only on manual copy and paste. MCP can be understood as a unified interface standard. In the past, different tools were connected in different ways, which created confusion. MCP lets tools and services connect according to a unified rule. Weather services, code tools, SME tools, and internal enterprise systems can all be called by AI through standardized interfaces. Automation means the workflow can run by itself. It connects repeated steps such as collecting information, organizing and analyzing it, generating results, and sending reminders. Examples include automatically generating weekly project reports, summarizing leads every day, or checking whether live replays are archived every night. Remote assistant means background execution. It can continue tasks when you are not staring at the screen and report progress after completion. In enterprise scenarios, it is suitable for long-running, scheduled, batch, and collaborative tasks, but it also requires stronger permission control and audit trails. The seventh panel explains how these capabilities work together. Skills provide capability. Connectors provide data. MCP connects tools. Automation arranges steps. Remote assistant keeps executing. The weekly report assistant in the eighth panel is a typical example. Connect to email or cloud drive. Read materials. Call summarization and analysis skills. Turn everything into a weekly report and send it to the team. Remember one sentence. Skills are capabilities. Connectors are channels. MCP is the interface standard. Automation is the workflow engine. And remote assistant is the executor. Only when capability, tools workflow are connected can AI truly do work for you. This page explains the combined value of WorkBuddy and Tencent Cloud. WorkBuddy itself is the desktop entry and agent orchestrator. It understands requirements, plans tasks, calls tools, and organizes outputs. Tencent Cloud provides the capability foundation, including storage, recognition, audio and video, models, knowledge bases, deployment, monitoring, and communication. The third panel talks about models and intelligence. Token Hub can be used as a unified entry for multi-model calls and API key management, making cost management and model switching easier. Taiwan focuses more on model training, deployments, serving, and enterprise-selected model foundations. For enterprises, the key is not having only one model. The key is choosing suitable models for different scenarios and managing cost and permissions consistently. The fourth panel covers knowledge and the tool ecosystem. MCP Marketplace can connect Tencent, cloud, and third-party tools to WorkBuddy. VectorDB is used for vector storage and retrieval, supporting RAG knowledge bases. Typical scenarios include enterprise knowledge, Q&A, bidding material libraries, and customer service knowledge bases. The fifth panel covers storage and content processing. COS handles file storage, upload, download, and archiving. Data processing services can handle images, documents, and media. VOD can handle upload, transcoding, screenshots, review, and AI processing. Live material libraries, contract archiving, store image recognition, and video clipping all rely on these capabilities. The sixth panel covers audio, video, and live streaming. Cloud streaming services handle push streaming, recording, screenshots, review, and monitoring. TRTC handles real-time audio and video interaction. VOD and CSS can work together for full live stream operations and review. The seventh panel covers basic AI capabilities. OCR recognizes text and images. ASR transcribes speech. TMT translates multiple languages. They support invoice recognition, price tag recognition, meeting minutes, sales call review, cross-border customer service, and localized listings. The eighth panel covers development and deployment. Cloud-based is suitable for serverless application development and deployment. Edge 1 provides acceleration, security, edge functions, and makers capabilities. WorkBuddy can help generate applications, websites, internal tools, and agent demos, then combine cloud capabilities for fast deployment. The last panel summarizes the complete flow: processing, analysis, content production, all deployment, operations review, and continuous improvement. In real implementation, let WorkBuddy produce a plan first, run a small sample, then execute in batch, and finally generate deliverables and review notes. This page focuses on PDF processing. PDF is one of the most common Office formats, but it is also one of the easiest formats to handle incorrectly. A PDF may contain selectable text, or it may be a scanned image. It may contain tables, images, watermarks, headers, footers, or multi-column layouts. The first step is importing PDF files. Put the PDFs that need processing into an isolated workspace, not mixed with unrelated files. For batch processing, place contracts, product manuals, market reports, meeting minutes, and other files into the input folder, and clearly specify that outputs go to the output folder. The second step is telling WorkBuddy the goal. The goal should be specific. Extract all text from PDFs, generate summaries, extract tables, and merge them into Excel, translate files into English, or generate a final summary report. For complex tasks, ask WorkBuddy to provide task steps and estimated risks first, then execute after confirmation. The third step is intelligent parsing and OCR. Normal PDFs can directly provide text. Scanned or image-based PDFs require OCR. For table PDFs, specify which fields to extract, which columns to keep, and how to handle cross-page tables and empty values. The fourth step is common processing capability, including text extraction, clade splitting, page splitting, PDF merging, deletion or rotation, format conversion, translation, batch renaming, watermarks, page numbers, compression, and decryption. These tasks have different risk levels. Deletion, overwriting, and batch renaming must be treated carefully. The fifth step is batch execution. For batch processing, do not only look at the final result. Ask WorkBuddy to output a processing log. How many files were processed? How many succeeded? How many failed? Why they failed? And whether there were unrecognized pages. The sixth step is previewing results. Common outputs include text files, markdown summary files, merged Excel tables, translated Word files, and summary PowerPoint files. During acceptance, open the files and check them, especially tables, amounts, dates, contract clauses, and OCR results from scanned pages. The seventh step is continuing to ask follow-up questions. WorkBuddy can iterate on results. For example, make the summary more concise. Keep only the core conclusion of each PDF. Sort the table by date and calculate totals and averages. The more specific the follow-up, the more useful the iteration. The eighth step is automated processing. For example, automatically process contract PDFs every week, update report summaries every day, or OCR new files and import them into a knowledge base. Automation is suitable for repeated, low-risk, stable workflows. High-risk files must keep human review. This page is a typical office scenario. Many teams produce a business analysis report every month. The materials come from sales details, expense reports, marketing activity results, competitor updates, management requirements, and historical data. The most time-consuming part is often not writing conclusions but finding data, aligning definitions, cleaning data, drawing charts, and organizing action items. The first step is defining the goal. Organize data from multiple systems and files into a monthly business analysis report with charts, conclusions, and recommendations for next month. The target must be clear. Otherwise, WorkBuddy will not know whether the report is for executives, operations, or sales. The second step is defining input materials. The image lists sales details, expense reports, marketing activity result PDFs, competitor update folders, management requirements, and historical data. Materials should be complete. Names should be clear, and business definitions should be included in the task. The third step is asking WorkBuddy to make a plan first. The plan includes understanding data and aligning definitions, cleaning and merging data, calculating key metrics, visualizing results, drawing business conclusions, analyzing problems and causes, producing next month recommendations and action items, and generating a PowerPoint report. Reviewing the plan before execution reduces rework. The fourth step is data cleaning and integration. WorkBuddy can handle missing values, anomalies, consistent definitions, and merging multiple tables into an analysis-based table. All numbers must come from original files. Missing and abnormal data should be listed separately, not guessed. The fifth step is generating key metrics and charts. The example includes sales, cross margin, expense ratio, net profit, sales trend, and expense structure. The most valuable part of a report is not the chart itself, but the business explanation behind it. The sixth step is business analysis and conclusions. Example conclusions include sales growth, cross-margin improvement, high marketing expense ratio, and net profit growth. Conclusions should separate facts, judgments, and recommendations. Facts come from data, would judgments come from analysis, and recommendations become action. The seventh step is problem and cause analysis. For example, marketing ROI is low. Some products have declining margin, and some regions grow slowly. Causes may include inaccurate channel targeting, excessive discounts, or stronger local competition. Do not only list phenomena, trace them back to causes. The eighth step is next month recommendations and action items. Recommendations should be executable, with owners and deadlines. For example, the marketing department owns channel optimization, the product department owns pricing evaluation, and the sales department owns regional market research. The ninth step is generating deliverables and archiving the review. Final outputs may include a monthly analysis PowerPoint, an Excel analysis table, and task review notes. After delivery, preserve the prompt, see A/B definitions, and report templates so the next month can reuse them. This page is about product and engineering work. In programming, WorkBuddy is not only for writing a piece of code. It can cover multiple stages from requirement to delivery. The first step is requirement understanding and product planning. A development task should not only say build a system. It should explain what problem is being solved, who the target users are, which core features are needed, and what technical preferences or constraints exist. WorkBuddy can produce product goals, feature lists, user flow diagrams, and technology suggestions. The second step is PRD and prototype generation. WorkBuddy can help generate PRD documents, prototypes, flowcharts, and requirement lists. For product managers, this turns ideas into discussable documents quickly. For developers, it reduces communication caused by unclear requirements. The third step is technical solution and project initialization. The example uses a React front-end, Node.js backend, API gateway, MySQL, Redis, and COS. WorkBuddy can generate architecture diagrams, technology stack descriptions, project folder structures, deployment plans, coding rules, gitignore files, and README files. The fourth step is code generation and feature development. It can split the task into features and gradually generate modules such as registration and login, article lists, comments and likes, and admin management. But generated code must be run, cleansed, and reviewed. Do not treat AI-generated code as production-ready by default. The fifth step is debugging, testing, and fixing issues. The image shows an error such as cannot read property ID of undefined. WorkBuddy can use error messages to locate the problem, explain the cause, propose a fix, and add exception handling and logging. The sixth step is test cases and automated testing. It can generate normal flows, exception flows, boundary conditions, and permission tests, then configure unit tests, integration tests, to-end tests, and coverage reports. Testing is the key to making AI output controllable in engineering work. The seventh step is building, deployment, and release. WorkBuddy can help generate deployment steps, such as building packages, pushing code, deploying to servers, starting services, and health checks, combined with Tencent Cloud CVM, containers databases, and object storage. It can further support an online release workflow. The eighth step is monitoring logs and performance optimization. After monitoring is connected, it can analyze QPS, time rate, CPU usage, and logs, then identify slow database queries, low cache hit rate, and other issues. The ninth step is iteration planning and review. Development does not end after one delivery. WorkBuddy can generate next version plans, review reports, remaining issue lists, and action items. This page is about education and teaching. One of the most time-consuming tasks for teachers is organizing data scattered across academic systems, spreadsheets, online forms, and assignments, then turning it into useful teaching feedback. The first step is defining the learning scenario. At the end of a semester, teachers may need to summarize student grades, attendance, homework, data across multiple courses, generate learning analysis reports, and provide personalized learning suggestions. This is suitable for WorkBuddy because it involves large amounts of organization, analysis, and formatted output. The second step is data collection and organization. WorkBuddy can connect to academic systems, Excel tables, and online forms, capture grades, attendance, and homework submission data, then remove duplicates, fill or mark missing values, and standardize formats. Student privacy and data authorization must be handled carefully. Sensitive student information cannot be shared casually. The third step is learning analysis and visualization. WorkBuddy can automatically generate class-level analysis, including average score trends, score distribution, knowledge mastery heat maps, and attendance rates. Teachers can quickly see where the class has problems instead of relying only on impressions. The fourth step is personalized learning recommendations. Based on students' weak knowledge points and learning records, WorkBuddy can generate individual suggestions and exercises. For example, one student may need practice in quadratic functions and geometry proof, while another may need English reading and vocabulary reinforcement. The fifth step is automatically generating teaching materials. It can create review slides, practice papers, LB collections, and small quizzes based on teaching progress and student weaknesses. Teachers review and adjust the materials instead of starting from zero. The sixth step is homeschool communication and feedback. WorkBuddy can generate student learning reports and share them with parents through compliant channels. Content for parents should be objective, restrained, and constructive. It should not label students or make psychological or medical judgments. The seventh step is intelligent Q&A and tutoring. Students can ask questions and receive explanations, example analysis, and learning method guidance. It is an auxiliary learning tool, not a replacement for teachers' professional judgment. The eighth step is tracking teaching effectiveness. Through staged comparison reports, teachers can see which subjects improved and which still need support, then adjust teaching strategies. The ninth step summarizes value. Automated data processing, visual analysis, personalized teaching, efficient homeschool communication, and continuous teaching optimization. The goal is not to replace teachers, but to free teachers from repetitive data work, so they can focus on teaching and educating. This page is about live streaming and video operations. A live stream does not start only when the broadcast begins, and it does not end when the host goes offline. The full chain includes planning, scripts, materials, monitoring, co-host, support, recording, editing, publishing, review, knowledge accumulation, and optimization. The first step is defining goals and the live streaming plan. The example goal is increasing brand exposure. The theme is a new product launch. Platforms include Douyin and WeChat channels. Time is Friday at 19:30. Duration is 90 minutes. Core KPIs are views, interaction rate, and conversion rate. If goals and KPIs are clear before the stream, scripts and review will have standards. The second step is preparing materials and scripts. WorkBuddy can generate live scripts, process tables, and material lists. The image divides a 90-minute stream into warm-up, product introduction, interactive lottery, case sharing, and closing conversion. Materials include product images, videos, PowerPoint slides, case images, background music, and overlays. The third step is broadcasting and real-time monitoring. Combined with cloud streaming services and TRTC, you can handle push streaming, recording, screenshots, review, monitoring, and real-time interaction. Metrics include online viewers, interaction rate, likes, and conversion. Abnormal situations should trigger reminders. The fourth step is AI co-host assistance. WorkBuddy can provide talking points, identify user questions, and recommend answers, remind hosts of sensitive terms and risk content, and analyze interaction data to suggest pace adjustments. It does not replace the host. It assists the live control team. The fifth step is recording, editing, and material processing. Live recordings can be automatically saved, And AI can help generate highlights, short video clips, posters, and subtitle files. One live stream can become multiple distributable content assets. The sixth step is multi-platform distribution and publishing. The image lists Douyin, WeChat channels, Kuaishou, and Bilibili. WorkBuddy can help generate titles, covers, ads, comment scripts, pinned content, and scheduled publishing. The seventh step is data analysis and review. Reviews should not only look at viewer count. It should also examine peak online viewers, interaction rate, clicks, conversion rate, revenue, traffic sources, audience profile, and highlight periods. Final recommendations may include longer product demonstrations or more interactive lotteries. The eighth step is asset accumulation and knowledge base construction. Replays, scripts, quick-end libraries, feedback, product selling point libraries, and script libraries can be stored as reusable knowledge. COS and VectorDB can help build long-term knowledge assets. The ninth step is continuous optimization and automated operations. When planning, execution, distribution, analysis, and optimization become SOPs and automated workflows, the team moves from starting over each time to continuous reuse and iteration. This page is about cross-border e-commerce. Cross-border operations are not just about optimizing one listing. They are a full chain from product selection, pricing, advertising, logistics, customer service, reviews, and data review. The first step is defining goals and store status. Goals may include increasing sales and profit, reducing advertising cost, expanding into European and American markets, and creating hit products. WorkBuddy can first analyze the current situation, find opportunities, design strategies, and output an execution list. The second step is market and competitor research. It can organize market size and trends, hot categories, keyword demand, price band analysis, facts competitor comparison, and user reviews. Research must pay attention to data sources. Public information can be used. Platform rules and privacy boundaries must not be bypassed. The third step is product selection and profit calculation. The image calculates estimated profit and margin based on selling price, cost, logistics, advertising, and platform fees. Many teams look only at sales volume and ignore profit. WorkBuddy helps make the cost structure clear. The fourth step is listing optimization and material generation. It can create SEO titles, bullet points, product descriptions, page outlines, keyword placement, and main image copy suggestions. The English title and bullet examples in the image show why localization matters. The fifth step is advertising strategy. WorkBuddy can generate executable ad plans based on keyword funnels, negative keyword cleanup, exact keyword expansion, budget suggestions, and ROAS goals. Advertising strategy must be monitored continuously, not set once and forgotten. The sixth step is order fulfillment and logistics optimization. Different logistics methods differ in time, cost, and suitable categories. WorkBuddy can compare sea freight, air freight, overseas warehouses, and other options, then give suggestions for the US site, Europe site, large items, and low-frequency products. The seventh step is customer service and review management. It can organize common question replies, post shipping notifications, negative review warnings, review analysis, and product service improvement suggestions. Customer service scripts must be truthful and compliant and cannot exaggerate promises. The eighth step is data monitoring and operational analysis. Core metrics include sales, orders, conversion rate, ACOS, profit trends, and anomaly warnings. When problems appear, they should be traced to ad groups, SKUs, inventory, reviews, or material issues. The ninth step is review and next step planning. For example, confirm hit products, estimize ad structures, improve logistics timeliness, and raise profit margin. Then plan new categories and markets, brand sites, and membership systems. This page is about sales and lead generation. The core of sales is not sending more messages. It is finding the right customers, explaining value clearly, following up consistently, and reviewing results in time. The first step is goal and positioning. Clarify who the product or service is suitable for, what the customer profile is, what pain points matter most, and what selling points and differentiation the product has. WorkBuddy can help organize this information into sales strategy and acquisition direction. The second step is market and competitor analysis. It can quickly collect industry trends, market size, and competitor information. Then generate analysis reports to help the sales team find opportunities and entry points. For example, it may reveal where our advantage is and which differentiated selling point should be emphasized. The third step is potential customer discovery. The image lists sources such as company databases, industry websites, exhibition lists, social media, and form leads. Use only legally authorized or compliant public data. Do not bypass platform restrictions or collect personal privacy. The fourth step is personalized outreach content. WorkBuddy can generate personalized emails, text messages, scripts, and proposals for different customer profiles. This improves relevance, but all external content must be reviewed manually to avoid wrong sending, exaggeration, or inconsistency with brand language. The fifth step is customer follow-up and conversation assistance. During customer conversations, WorkBuddy can provide talking points, dejection handling, cases, and materials to improve conversion. It can remind the salesperson that a customer is worried about price and suggest emphasizing long-term value and ROI. The sixth step is solution and quotation generation. Based on customer needs, it can generate solutions, quotations, and presentation decks quickly. These must follow real pricing rules and delivery capability. AI should not make random commitments. The seventh step is data analysis and optimization. WorkBuddy can analyze acquisition channels, reach results, conversion funnels, and identify where efficiency is low. Metrics include total leads, contacted customers, replies, interested customers, deals, and channel comparison. The eighth step is automated workflows and reminders. You can set automatic follow-up processes, regular reminders, and task assignments, such as new lead entry, welcome email, 3-day reminder, 7-day case material, and 14-day requirement confirmation. Automation should be moderate and should not become harassment. The ninth step is review and team collaboration. Sales knowledge bases, successful case libraries, common customer questions, product scripts, proposal templates, and competitor material libraries can all be accumulated and shared to improve the entire team's capability. This page is about offline commercial scenarios such as shopping malls, stores, and competitor research. The difficulty is that materials are scattered. There are many on-site photos, manual organization is slow, and conclusions must be actionable. The first panel gives the overall scenario. Give WorkBuddy photos, price tags, and public information, and it generates executable reports. The three cases are Store Inspection AI, Business District Competitor Weekly Reports, and Mall Brand Research for Leasing. The second panel shows that Store Inspection AI should collect materials first. Inputs include store photos, store information tables, shelf photos, and price tag photos. Put all materials into the workspace before analysis. File name should preferably include store, area, and photo number. The third panel explains what to check during inspection. SKU recognition, price tag recognition, promotion information, display position, out-of-stock problems, and competitor pressure. Every problem should include a photo number. Images that cannot be confirmed should be marked for human review. The fourth panel explains the output, problem list, and correction suggestions. The problem list can be an Excel file with store, problem type, description, and photo number. The correction suggestions can be written directly as a draft message for store managers, such as restocking, correcting displays, updating price tags, or improving promotion display. The fifth panel explains sources for business district or competitor weekly reports, public store information, competitor official account content, field photos, public online prices, and our own sales and traffic data. Use only public information and owned data. Do not collect privacy or bypass restrictions. The sixth panel gives the weekly report structure, district dynamics, competitor new products, price band changes, promotions, complaints and reviews, store layout and display observations, our opportunities, and next week actions. The report should separate facts, judgments, and recommendations. The seventh panel covers mall brand research. Mall leasing managers can analyze candidate brand materials, public store information, consumer reviews, competitor brand information, and mall positioning to evaluate whether a brand is suitable for entry. The eighth panel covers evaluation dimensions: brand basics, customer fit, price band, reputation advantages and risks, complement or conflict with existing brands, estimated traffic value, leasing negotiation points, and entry risk list. The final recommendation can be strong recommendation, discussable, cautious, or not recommended for now. The ninth panel is the compliance reminder. Do not identify customer identities. Do not collect unrelated personal privacy. Use competitor photos only for internal analysis. Attach public links or photo numbers to conclusions, and mark uncertain content for human review. This page is about enterprise knowledge bases and management dashboards. Many enterprises do not lack materials. Their problem is that materials are too scattered. Policies, processes, contracts, forms, project documents, customer service records, product materials, and business data sit in different systems and files. As a result, people cannot find them, cannot use them, and make decisions based on impressions. The first step is building the enterprise knowledge base. WorkBuddy can help collect, clean, structure, and store enterprise knowledge. Inputs can include Word files, PDFs, Excel files, PowerPoint files, customer service records, work orders, product materials, databases, and tables. The second step is knowledge processing. Policy documents can be cleaned and deduplicated. Sensitive information should be desensitized. Documents can be parsed, OC read, and segmented. Content can be sliced and stored as vectors. The final result is an enterprise knowledge base that is searchable, answerable, and citable. The third step is intelligent Q&A and knowledge service. Employees can ask natural language questions such as, "What is the reimbursement process?" or "What is the travel reimbursement standard?" The system should answer and cite sources. Source citation is critical because enterprise policy answers cannot be invented. The fourth step is permission and security management. Different roles see different knowledge scopes. Administrators can manage all permissions. Department heads view departmental knowledge and data. Employees see only information related to themselves. External partners access only limited knowledge. SSO, fine-grained permissions, watermarks, download control, operation logs, and sensitive term masking are also needed. The fifth step is the management dashboard. Core indicators include sales, profit, order count, collection rate trends, and product sales share. A dashboard is not for decoration. It helps managers understand business health on one screen. The sixth step is multidimensional drill-down analysis. Analysis can be done by time, region, product, customer, and channel to locate where problems occur. For example, one region's sales decline, one product's margin is abnormal, or one channel's conversion drops. The seventh step is warning and anomaly monitoring. Rules may include collection rate below 90%, gross margin below 20%, inventory turnover days above 45 days, or key customer churn risk. Alerts can be sent through WeCombot dashboard red dots or automatic warning reports. The eighth step is action recommendations and task closure. Insights must become action. For example, if sales in East China decline, generate tasks such as optimizing promotions, visiting key customers, clearing slow-moving inventory, and following up on collections with owners, deadlines, and progress. The ninth panel summarizes value. Knowledge is not lost. Experience is reusable. Information can be found. Questions can be answered. Indicators are complete. Risks are detected early. Decisions use data, and execution forms a closed loop. This page is about automation templates. Many teams have repeated workflows, such as weekly report summaries, lead, follow-up, approval reminders, material organization, archiving, and data synchronization. Rebuilding these workflows from zero wastes a lot of time. The first step is understanding the scenario. Automation is best for frequent, rule-based, low-risk workflows. Examples include generating a weekly report every Monday, summarizing leads every day at 9 a.m., or checking whether live replays are archived every night. The second step is understanding the template library. A template library is not a mysterious black box. It is a set of pre-configured workflow plans, including triggers, execution steps, required tools, and reminder rules. A good template should make the internal process visible, instead of asking users to enable it blindly. The third step is choosing templates by scenario. Common categories include sales acquisition, education, administrative office work, operations, analysis, and customer support. In sales acquisition, templates may include automatic lead assignment, customer follow-up plans, deal progress reminders, and potential customer filtering. The fourth step is one-click application and parameter configuration. After choosing a template, you only need to fill in key parameters such as data source, execution time, notification recipients, and output format. The example is a weekly report summary using employee weekly reports executed every Monday at 9 a.m., outputting a PDF, and notifying related people. The fifth step is visible internal workflow. Every template should show its full process. Trigger condition, cleaning capture, cleaning, result generation, reminder, or archiving. This lets the team know exactly what automation is doing and makes troubleshooting possible. The sixth step is copying, modifying, and combining templates. Templates are not fixed. You can copy one and adjust it to your own version or connect multiple templates into a more complex workflow. For example, customer reminders plus follow-up result, archiving can form a customer follow-up loop. The seventh step is team sharing and permission management. Good templates can become team templates, but permissions must define who can view, edit, and enable them. Experience sharing must be combined with security control. Otherwise, more automation means more risk. The eighth step is monitoring and optimization. After a template is enabled, track execution count, success rate, failure, reason, average duration, and saved time. Automation does not end after activation. It should be continuously optimized. The ninth panel summarizes value. Quick start, ready-to-use processes, less repeated construction, reusable team experience, continuous monitoring and optimization, and significant efficiency improvement. Turning common workflows into templates makes automation truly reusable. This page is very important. WorkBuddy and Tencent Cloud can improve efficiency, but only when security is controllable, compliance is auditable, and cost is visible. The first panel gives the overview. Protect data security, meet compliance requirements, control usage risk, and optimize cloud cost. The goal is not to restrict use. The goal is to let the team use AI with confidence. The second panel covers data security and privacy protection. Data should be classified and graded. Sensitive data should be identified and managed by level. Follow the principle of least privilege and grant only necessary permissions. Transmission and storage should be encrypted, such as HTTPS, TLS, and storage encryption. Keys and credentials should be managed through Tencent Cloud CAM or key management tools. Sensitive data and personal privacy must not leak. The third panel covers compliance and audit requirements. Use must comply with laws and regulations such as cybersecurity and personal information protection, as well as internal company data use and confidentiality policies. Key actions should have records, so problems can be traced. The fourth panel covers account and permission management. Use unified identity management such as WCOM or SSO. Assign permissions by role and use minimum necessary access. Review permissions regularly and reclaim idle access. Sensitive actions require approval or secondary confirmation. Key accounts should enable multi-factor authentication. The fifth panel covers safe usage and risk control. Do not upload sensitive or personal private data. Do not ask AI to generate illegal or non-compliant content. Do not bypass platform rules, anti-crawling mechanisms, or access controls. Do not automatically execute high-risk actions such as payment or ordering. Do not share accounts, credentials, or keys. Safe practice includes clear task boundaries, planning before execution, small sample testing, human review of important results, and timely reporting of exceptions. The sixth panel covers logs, monitoring, and alerts. Cloud Monitor, CLS Log Service, Security Center, and alert notifications can monitor resources, performance, availability, logs, and security posture. When anomalies appear, notify the owner promptly. The seventh panel covers cost control principles. Use resources on demand, plan resources reasonably, manage automation, set budgets and limits, and review costs regularly. Cloud resources do cost money, so money should be spent where it creates value. The eighth panel covers cost analysis and optimization. Check cost details first, then analyze cost, identify problems, create optimization measures, and track effects. Common measures include clearing idle resources, using better specifications or pay-as-you-go billing, enabling auto-scaling or scheduled start and stop, optimizing storage classes, and using cache or CDN reasonably. The ninth panel covers closed-loop management. Build policies, execute them, and keep improving. Security and compliance are the baseline. Cost control is a capability. Closed-loop management is what makes long-term stable operation possible. This page is about troubleshooting. When you use WorkBuddy for complex tasks, problems are normal. The key is not blind retrying. The key is locating the problem by category. The first problem type is a task that keeps running without results. Common causes are that the task is too large, has too many steps, or is stuck at one step. The solution is to pause and check the current step, task into smaller parts, reduce the input scope, keep only necessary materials, adjust the model or output requirements if needed, and turn off unnecessary connectors or external calls. The second problem type is inaccurate or drifting results. Causes often include unclear instructions, incomplete materials, or misunderstanding. Check whether the goal is clear, whether materials are complete and up to date, whether constraints are missing, whether examples are provided, and whether requirements contradict each other. The solution is to improve the prompt, add details, provide more background and examples, produce output in stages, and ask for an outline before continuing. The third problem type is that files cannot be read or file errors occur. Common causes include unsupported format, oversized file, damaged file, file locked by another program, special characters in the path, or missing read permission. Use supported formats, compress or split large files, check whether files are damaged, move files to the workspace root, and grant necessary file permissions. The fourth problem type is connector or external service failure. It may be caused by configuration errors, expired tokens, network problems, or API rate limits. Check APID, secret, token, permissions, network access, and logs. Common errors include 401, 403, 404, timeout, and rate limit. The fifth problem type is slow model response or timeout. Possible causes include network fluctuation, busy model, or oversized request. You can switch models, reduce output length and complexity, reduce context, try later, or process in batches instead of uploading huge files at once. The sixth problem type is permission denied or unavailable features. Check whether the account type supports the feature, whether permissions are enabled, whether you are in the correct workspace, whether enterprise or advanced features are required, and whether the correct resources or services are bound. Contact an administrator if necessary. The seventh problem type is wrong output format or messy layout. The solution is to clearly specify the output format, such as table, report, PowerPoint, or JSON. Provide templates or reference examples. require unified titles. Then, and fields, confirm the format on a small sample before batch output. The 8th problem type is task interruption or unexpected stop. Check task status, logs, and errors to determine whether it was manually stopped, a system error, insufficient resources, or external failure. Do not overwrite existing results during recovery. Save key outputs first, then restart or reduce load if needed. The 9th problem type is unresolved issues. When reporting to official support, provide task ID or time, description, and screenshots. Desensitized input samples, error messages and log, expected result, and attempted solutions. The more complete the information, the easier the problem is to locate. The last page is the prompt template library. The value of templates is not mechanical copying. Templates help us quickly include the key information required for a task. The first panel introduces applicable scenarios: daily office work, Scriab analysis, creation, PowerPoint and document generation, search and summaries, programming and product work, operations and marketing. When using templates, read the description and example first. Replace the bracketed content as needed, and clarify the goal and constraints. The second panel explains how to use a template. Step 1. Cast the template. Step 2. Replace the content inside brackets. Step 3. Send it to WorkBuddy and refine the result. A useful tip is to ask WorkBuddy to output an execution plan first, then start processing. The third panel is the goal breakdown and planning template. It is suitable when the task is still unclear. You can ask WorkBuddy to break a goal into executable tasks, including priority, estimated time, required resources, and acceptance criteria. The output should include a task list, milestones, risks and countermeasures, and acceptance standards. Complex tasks should be planned first and executed later. The fourth panel is the material reading and summary template. It is suitable for PDFs, Word documents, meeting minutes, and research reports. Ask it to extract key points, important information, conclusions, and recommendations in a specified structure. Good outputs include an overview summary, data and charts, conclusions, recommendations, and source references. The fifth panel is the data analysis and visualization template. It is suitable for Excel, CSV, and database exports. Clearly state data source, analysis goal, statistical rules, charts, and conclusions. The output should include data cleaning process, visual charts, key findings, and optimization suggestions. Let data speak. Do not invent conclusions. The sixth panel is the content creation and copywriting template. It is suitable for articles, short video scripts, Xiaohongshu posts, live streaming scripts, and product copy. Specify topic, product, or campaign. Type, style, word count, audience, and prohibited expressions. Outputs include title suggestions, talk content, topic tags, and layout suggestions. The seventh panel is the PowerPoint or document generation template. Specify topic, materials and bill of pages, structure, style, and whether the content must be editable. The output should include a deck outline, slide titles, key points for each page, chart suggestions, and editable text. Do not only say, generate a PowerPoint. Explain who will read it and for what scenario. The eighth panel is the research and competitor analysis template. It is suitable for industry, competitor, market, brand, and product research. Specify dimensions such as product, price, channel, marketing, and user reviews. Outputs include competitor comparison tables, SWOT analysis, user feedback summaries, and opportunity recommendations. The ninth panel is the programming and product development template. Specify function requirements, technology stack, language, requirements, and usage instructions. Outputs may include code implementation, API documentation, to cases, usage instructions, and deployment steps. From requirement to code, move fast, but always run and test. Finally, remember that templates are only the starting point, and communication is the key. Clarify the goal, add background, and state constraints. Then WorkBuddy can produce higher quality results that match your needs. Today, we started from what WorkBuddy is, then covered official resources, installation, core concepts, prompts, skills connectors, MCP, Tencent cloud capabilities, PDF processing, office work, engineering, education, live streaming, cross-border e-commerce, sales stores, enterprise knowledge bases, automation, security, troubleshooting, and prompt templates. The method for truly using WorkBuddy well can be summarized in one sentence. Clarify the goal, prepare materials, control permissions, plan first. That's with a small sample. Execute in batch and preserve the review. If we follow this process, WorkBuddy is not just a chat tool. It becomes a reusable AI workspace for you and your team.